Welcome back to fourth part of presentation on turn-off methods of SCR of Unit 2. Myself Sanjit Kumar Singh, lecturer in Electronics and Telecommunication Department at Praveen Patil College of Diploma Engineering and Technology, Bhinder East. As per syllabus, here we will be discussing mostly about the turn-off methods, class A type, class B, class C, and at the end of this presentation, the unit outcomes expected are as per mentioned here 2D and 2F. Course outcome is to maintaining triggering and commutation circuits. So let's see the turn-off methods. The method or technique it is used for turning off a thyristor is called commutation technique, which can be broadly classified into as natural commutation, where AC source is used. In AC source, the supply voltage has natural tendency of going through 0 and thereafter negative current flows. So that will turn off the SCR naturally. Whereas in force commutation, the commutating components like inductor and capacitors are used. The force commutation can be subclassified into voltage commutation and current commutation. In voltage commutation, a high reverse voltage gets applied across the conducting SCR, whereas in current commutation method, the holding current, anode current is made to go below the holding current in order to turn off the conducting thyristor. So here we have the classification of forced commutation as class A, class B, class C, class D, class E and F. So first we will see this class A, self-commutated by a resonating load. Here LCR is forming an underdamped circuit, and when the SCR is triggered, then anode current will flow by charging the capacitor with upper plate positive and lower plate negative generally, and due to underdamped circuit, the current builds up. Here we can see the current is building up and reaching its peak. Thereafter completes the half cycle here at K point. Then the inductor current will flow through the SCR, and this current is in reverse direction, which will turn off thyristor. So VC, voltage across capacitor, is at its peak when SCR is turned off. At this moment SCR is turned off. Then capacitor discharges exponentially through the load resistor, and SCR remains reverse biased till VC re-attains the VDC supply voltage. So here it will re-attain its VDC voltage level. Load commutation is taking place in the DC circuits only and not applicable for the AC circuits. It is also called a resonant commutation or self-commutation because there is a resonating of the LCR circuit. This type of commutation technique is used in series inverter circuit. The waveform here shows the underdamped oscillations. Finally, it will decay after some time. Then the class B is self-commutated by LC circuit. So in class B, inductor and capacitor LC is connected in parallel or across the thyristor, and when the supply voltage EDC or VDC is applied, then this capacitor gets charged with the upper plate positive and lower plate negative. When SCR is turned on, then current flows in two directions, one through the EDC positive to thyristor to the load resistor back to the negative of the supply battery, and second current will be flowing through the capacitor, inductor and thyristor and back to the capacitor negative plate. So this is when the thyristor T is in on state. Once it is turned on, the capacitor starts discharging. Here this current flowing through the thyristor due to this capacitor will be the discharging current, and it will discharge totally, and thereafter it will start charging with the lower plate positive and upper plate negative. And when this voltage across capacitor is exceeding or is more than the voltage applied, then it will turn off the thyristor because it is forcing a reverse current. And when this reverse current is greater than the load current, then the thyristor is turned off. And when we have a RL load, here we have the resistive load, so no problem. But when we have the RL load here connected, resistor and inductor, then we can connect one freewheeling diode DF here across the load, RL load, that will provide the reverse current path for circulating here, decaying here. So that moreover, the load current in that case with RL load will be constant line here. The desired frequency of on and off depends on the values of inductor and capacitor, and this type of commutation is mostly used in chopper circuit. So class B commutation method is used in chopper circuit, and here we have the associated waveform. When the SCR is conducting the current through the SCR, and at that time we consider as ideal thyristor, so there is a voltage drop across almost 0, and here it goes to negative side, then again the voltage across SCR builds up. Class C commutation method, that is complementary symmetric commutation circuit, makes use of a capacitor in between the two thyristors connected with their anode connected to the capacitor, and two resistors, out of which one is the load resistor and another a current limiting resistor. So two SCR series, one is main thyristor, main SCR, and the second one which is used to turn off the main thyristor is the auxiliary thyristor. So if the thyristor T2, second thyristor, is triggered, turned on, then the capacitor will be charged off. So, and if the thyristor T1 is triggered, then the capacitor will discharge, and this discharge of current will oppose the flow of load current in thyristor 2 as the capacitor is switched across T2 via T1. So here we can understand the working of it, how it works. At first, when the SCR1 is triggered, then load current will be flowing through it, and moreover there is charging of the capacitor with the right hand side positive and left hand side negative takes place. So here is the load current, and the voltage across first SCR is 0 because it is in the on state, and on state voltage drop is very minimum, 1 to 2 volt order. Now as the capacitor is charged through VDC, positive to the resistor R to the capacitor and SCR1 and back to the negative of the supply, then when it is fully charged to Vs, it will reach the voltage of this supply voltage VDC, kVs, and thereafter current becomes 0. Now to turn off SCR1, SCR2 is triggered. A gating signal will be provided at second gate, and it will turn on SCR2, and as soon as this SCR is turned on, it is acting as short circuit, and therefore the capacitor is connected across the SCR1, and due to this reverse polarity, negative here and positive here, positive will come to the cathode side and anode is negative. So it will turn off. SCR1 will be turned off as SCR2 is turned on. Similarly, when we turn on SCR1, the reverse polarity will get applied across the second SCR and it turns off. So in this way, it is complementary symmetry commutation used here. These are the types. Class D, that is also called auxiliary commutation. Here T1 is the main thyristor and this is the second auxiliary thyristor, and here is the capacitor. So when we have to turn off this SCR main thyristor which is supplying the load, then we turn on the auxiliary thyristor with the application of a gating pulse here or gating signal here. So this is the gating signal applied to the second thyristor, and the voltage across capacitor will start, or in a way it will act as short circuit and it will turn off this first thyristor. So it is also called a parallel capacitor commutation or voltage commutation method it is. In case of RL load, we generally connect a freewheeling diode here. Then class E, external pulse commutation, where external pulse is generated. Here we can use this circuit for generation of the pulse, where L and T3 is turned on with the supply V1 that will charge the capacitor to plus twice the supply voltage due to large value of inductor here. And when we have to turn off the main thyristor, then we turn on T2 so that this high reverse voltage gets supplied across T1 and it is turned off. Then it will discharge the remaining energy here to the load. And class F line commutation, here we have the SCR, and as the voltage supply voltage is crossing 0, current will also go to 0 and thereafter try to be negative, and during the negative half cycle the complete applied voltage is appearing across the thyristor and it is turned off. So for every half cycle it is turned off. This type of commutation is used in phase control converter, line commutated inverters, AC voltage controllers, and step down cycloconverters. Here we have the comparison of natural commutation and force commutation. In natural commutation, the source is AC source, whereas force commutation is used for DC voltage source circuits. And in natural commutation, there is no external components required, therefore it is cheaper. And in force commutation, external components, generally the commutating inductor and capacitors are required, and therefore it is costlier. Then the technique is used in AC voltage controller and phase control rectifier in natural commutation, whereas force commutation technique is used in choppers and inverters. And in natural commutation, a thyristor is turned off because of reversal of the supply voltage after every half cycle, and in force commutation the anode current is generally mad, or anode current is brought below the holding current, or reverse voltage, high reverse voltage is getting applied across the conducting thyristor. These are the references. Thank you very much.